are stuck at Diamond or frustrated because your coaches are not doing anything under you?
Oh, nobody. Wow.
It's
Yeah.
really okay.
Yeah.
You can raise your hand, nobody's going to judge you or anything, or be upset, right?
Right.
It's okay, because I went through the same thing. I remember Carl Deichler. Oh my gosh, man, this is such a terrible moment in my life. Carl came up to me one event and he just looked at me, and I was sitting at like 2-star, 1-star forever, like 2 years, and he looked at me and said, "When the hell are you going to progress out of 1-star?" Like, just, he was mad. He was legitimately mad. And I'm like, okay, I gotta go change some things around. And I had a really good conversation with Tommy. Tommy was my success partner back in the day when I was going for top coach and afterwards as well. And we started talking about what more that we wanted out of life, out of our teams. You know, what do we want? What were our goals? And we made a huge shift to stop focusing so much on ourselves individually with our individual goals, and start focusing more on our team and our team goals. And that's the moment where I just completely poured myself into personal development regarding leadership. So for the past 3 years, every personal development book that I've read is about leadership. You know who the master of leadership is? John Maxwell. If you guys haven't had the opportunity to listen to him speak or read his books, holy cow. Like, you're missing the boat here, guys. That guy changed my life, changed my business, like instantly. So I poured everything that I had, all my time into learning how to become a good leader. And here's something that I want you guys to understand. And here's something that hit me hard, like really hard. If your coaches are struggling, it's not their fault. It's yours. When you can learn to take responsibility for every single thing that happens on your team, you won't believe what will happen to your business. When I made that shift, that's when things changed for me. You know, now we have 14,000 coaches, and just leadership is incredible on my team, just incredible. So, can I get through just a few points? My time? Okay. I want you to write these down because I'm going to have to move through these quickly, okay? But I'm going to give you 5 leadership tips. And then I'm going to actually go through and explain them quickly. So number 1, you have to be an example for your team. You have to set a positive example. Number 2, you better be living your life and building with integrity. Number 3, you have to learn how to be forthright with your coaches and honest with them. Number 4, you got to find and mentor your rock stars in your business. And number 5, and probably the most important, you got to learn how to share your failures. Okay, so I'm going to try to get through this in 5 minutes. Is that good? Okay. So number 1, leading by example. If your coaches are not making Success Club, if they're not reaching, I have something called the 500 and 1,000 PB Club. If they're not doing that, you got to take a step back and look at yourself in the mirror. What are you doing? Are you reaching Success Club? Are you reaching the 500,000 Club? Are you going to events? Because if I'm not going to events, guess what's happening with my team? They're not going to events either. If I'm not going to Summit, guess who's not going to be there? My team. Whether you guys know it or not, you're setting an example with every single decision that you make. So you better be damn sure that you make the right decisions. Because you always, whether you think so or not, you always have somebody watching you. Extremely important. Lead by example. Number 2, live with integrity. Man, this is such a big one for me. So my grandpa, I love my parents, and I love my grandpa passed away in 2010, but they taught me the importance of living my life and building a business with pure integrity. I saw them make decisions that might have hurt them financially, but it kept their integrity in line. And you know what? Because they built with integrity, my grandpa owned a very large grocery business. Because they built with integrity, people respected them. The moment that you lose or sacrifice your integrity, you lose respect. I can tell you something right now. If you want to be a leader, you have to have respect. There's so many things that you can do in this business, especially our business, and we all know what I'm talking about here, to where you can sacrifice your integrity. Maybe it's to sign up a customer that already has another coach, or maybe there's a coach. I just had this situation happen where one of the coaches in my downline was recruited by another coach at Summit. I mean, seriously. Build your team with integrity, and you lead by example with integrity, and your team will build with integrity. If you look at my team, all 14,000 coaches, I do not have issues on my team with integrity. It's because I have drawn the line, and I've set the example for my team. Really think about this. Very important. Is this good stuff so far?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a really hard one for people. You got to be forthright with your coaches. So, you guys taking the Danny Johnson GEMS test?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's certain personality types to where you just want to please everybody, right? You want to make everybody happy. You want to be everybody's friend. Tracy Morrow, I love her to death, man. She's awesome, but she wants to be everybody's friend. Okay. Me, on the other hand, I've got this Ruby personality, and I'm just like, sometimes to a fault, or I say things like, oh crap, I probably shouldn't have said that. But here's the thing. I think one of the best things I do is my ability to be forthright and honest with my team. Okay? So when someone comes to me and they're struggling with something and they have an excuse for it, it would be very easy for me to just say, I get it, I get it. It's okay. I know you're busy right now. That's not me. And a lot of you guys would probably do that. I know you're busy. You guys validate their excuses. I don't do that. Here's what I do, and you can write this down because this is important. I'll first say to them, do you want me to tell you the truth right now? Do you want me to help you and be honest with you? And I do that because I want them to be ready for what's coming. And then I just tell them exactly how I feel. And I'm not doing this to tear them down. That's not my goal. I'm doing this because I know that's what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. If I want my team to reach their goals, I can't tell them what they need to hear. I've got to help them understand. Or I'm sorry, I mixed that up. What they want to hear. I need to tell them what they need to hear. Okay? Sorry. You guys get the point. So it's very important. I'm trying to help people. That's my goal. It's my mission, is to help people. Sometimes that involves being very honest with people. And it's not because, again, I don't want to tear them down. That's not my goal. It's because if I want this person to move forward in their life, they need to hear what I'm about to say to them right now. And if I don't say that, what am I doing to this person? What am I doing? It's a disservice, right? Because this person's going to live in those excuses and continue on this path that's going to lead them right to failure. I didn't do my job as a leader if I allow them to do that. So you've got to learn and understand how to be forthright and truthful and honest to your coaches. Almost done, I'm sorry. I'm working, man, I'm working. Okay, last two. Find and mentor your rock stars. Here's something, I'm going to run through this really quick. It's huge. Okay, so I was at an event 3 years ago with Darren Hardy at the leadership event. Something he said to me, or he was teaching, is that you have to go through your entire organization, not just your PS coaches, and you have to find those 8, 9, 10s in your organization. Okay, now what are the 8, 9, 10s? You have the 1 through 4s, you have the 5 through 7s, and you have the 8, 9, 10s. They're different levels. And the 8, 9, 10s are people who get it. They're people who want to work their ass off to reach their goals. They're people who will do anything that it takes to become successful and help other people. They just get it. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. You all have them on your team. The people that are just so fired up and their energy is so contagious. Are you working with them? Or are you spending your time working on the 1, 2, 3s? Time is valuable, guys. Time is money. Where are you spending your time? If you're not spending it with the 8, 9, 10s, then you're hurting yourself and you're hurting your organization. Super, super crucial. When I started doing this, and here's what I do. I go to my diamond coaches, and a lot of you guys aren't at this point yet, but I go to my diamond coaches and I say to them, I want you to give me 2 names of people on your team, PS or not, who are killing the business right now. Or even if they're a newer coach who have so much potential, who would benefit from me reaching out to them and personally mentoring them. And I get those 2 people on the phone, and they are so fired up. And now, not only will I edify the crap out of the coach, which is a whole different thing, but not only do they have their coach for support, they have me to be there and mentor them. And I've been doing this. So once I get those 2 and they develop, then I find 2 more under them, and then 2 more under them. So I'm going through my entire organization, finding the 8, 9, 10s, and I'm personally mentoring each of these people. You want to know what leads to growth? It's that right there, guys. That's where you're going to get the volume. That's what leads to growth. Developing leaders, mentoring leaders. Okay, last one. Share your failures. Guys, and this is a John Maxwell thing. Don't be afraid to just be real with people. I shared with you that I was on government support. Right? I shared with you that I was bullied. I share so many failures with my coaches because they don't learn from my successes. They learn from my failures. So every day, and you guys can do this too, write it down, make it a priority to go into your coach page, and I want you to write down one failure that you experienced as a coach and how you overcame that failure. You will not believe the response that you get from your team. You'll relate to them. You suddenly become where they are. Same thing with your Facebook page. You're trying to social media market, share your failures, guys. Because there's at least one person out there who's going through that tough time, that thing that you failed with, and you might have just inspired them to make a change in their life. When you can learn how to share your failures, man, things are just going to explode. Because now you relate to people. I'm sorry I went way over, dude. But I hope you guys found that helpful.